Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to Week in Review, where we take a look at all the videos we did over the past week. Easy enough. If you want to see more about each of the reviews, you want to see the full review, there are links in the description below. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here. So last week I did 3 reviews. It was a good week. I reviewed a card game called Krass Kariert, or Checkered Combos in English. I rate this a 7 out of 10. It's sort of a trick-taking game slash ladder climbing game, one of those games in which you're trying to get rid of your cards in your hand. The main twist being, you can play better sets than people before you, but you can only play cards from your hand that are adjacent to one another. So you cannot shuffle your hand of cards in this game. It's a clever twist. It's an interesting game. I really did enjoy it, and it's one that, while it does not look very good, I think the graphic design is very so-so. I enjoy the play of it. It's a neat little card game with a cool twist. I reviewed Aerion. I rate this an 8.5 out of 10. This is the latest game in the Omniverse series. Games for 1 player or 2 players cooperatively, all set in a dream-like universe. And I really like this one. It's sort of this universe's take on Yahtzee. You're rolling dice, you're collecting things. It's really neat. Again, well balanced. It is tens. You are trying to manage a lot of different things. The expansions that come included in the box are, for the most part, very nice. So this is a fantastic and very solid entry into this line of games. And then lastly, I reviewed Hadara. This is a Euro game. I rate this a 9 out of 10. Superb design, really engaging. I like it a lot. It's a game in which you have a lot of, as I said in the review, a lot of spinning plates, and you will drop some of them. So you need to figure out where you are okay to drop those plates and where you're going to make up the difference elsewhere. Fantastic design, or a little reminiscent of 7 Wonders, but this one stands on its own as a really fun and engaging design and concept. So there you go. That's it for me. I will see you on the next one.
Hey folks, welcome back to another weekend review. Did 4 videos for you this week. The first one, or actually the first 2, were from a day trip I took to Rochester, New York while I was up in the Gathering last week. Actually the week before last now. So the first one was a video about the Strong's National Museum of Play, which is in Rochester. Get to show you some of the archives that are there, which is not part of the regular things that you can do there, and I don't know how hard it is to set that up, but it's really an interesting video, I thought, so check that out. Also did, on the same day, I did a video, I called it a Game Store Spotlight of Millennium Games, which is also in Rochester, New York, and it's just a great store, and I wanted to show it off to let you guys know that there are good game stores out there, and Millennium Games is definitely one of them, so check that out. Also did a video, first impressions video for 2 games. Did Paladins of the West Kingdom, which I got to play at the Gathering, and then we just did on Testing Tuesday, The Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth. So I gave you my first impressions on both of those. Definitely not final verdicts, but you get what I'm thinking right now. And then finally I did a review for Sailblazers, and Sailblazers is a game that's put out by Kariert Board Games. It's kind of a tile-laying exploration game, basically, where you have a lot of different things that you can do. I didn't really enjoy a lot of it. A lot of it just seemed kind of convoluted and unnecessary or restrictive. Anyway, check out the review, and you'll see what I mean. Gave it a 5 out of 10, so there's that. But that's it for me this week. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side.
So first we have Grab the Gun, Shoot the Snitch. This is another social deduction game, and I like social deduction games as a matter of course. I felt this one was too convoluted, too lucky, and just felt like it was over before it got started. And the theme is okay. Gnomopolis. This is a pool building game in which you're putting these little gnomes into a cup, pulling them out, placing them out like workers. I didn't feel like there was a lot of choices. It felt very samey. It looks cute, but that's about the best part. Farsight looks amazing with these beautiful miniatures, battle tech. Well, it looks amazing at the miniatures anyway. The board is blah. The game is unfortunately blah. It has a section of it that's really neat. Like trying to guess where people are on the map. Unfortunately, that's the best part of the game. The Treasure of Isla Tortuga. This is a push your luck game where you turn over cards and you buy one of these cards using the currency on the other cards. It's an interesting idea. Unfortunately, it's way overshadowed by Port Royal, which would be the game that I would recommend. Invisible. This is a game where you turn over a card and find what's missing or what's not missing. Simple concept. I like it, but it doesn't have a ton of replayability. Marvel Legendary, Ant-Man and Wasp. If you like these characters, there's some cool things in this game about size changing, and there's some cool cards in this. It's good. You know, there's a lot of Legendary sets out right now. I don't know that I recommend this over the other ones, but it's not a bad one. That sounds like a negative thing. I enjoyed it, but there's just so many of them out right now. Trellis. This is kind of a unique, interesting Vine connection style game that's over really fast, but is thinkier than it looks, which I think is pretty cool. Roll for the Galaxy Rivalry. This is the second expansion for Roll for the Galaxy, a big mega expansion with 3 distinct parts. I love one of the parts, more stuff. Another part I thought was decent, custom dice building, and then the trading part I thought was convoluted and wouldn't really add to my games. So when I average these ratings together, it's probably the 7 that I'm showing. Concordia Venus, an expansion for Concordia that allows team play. I think the team play is decent, but I really do like Concordia. And I also like the cards and things that this adds. And you can buy it as a separate Concordia set, which is fantastic. Noises at Night. This is a simple little deduction game that plays very quickly. Highly recommend it. I like it a lot. And the Faceless. This is a magnetic game. With the cover, I mean, this cover looks evil, but the game's actually a puzzly, cooperative game in which you're moving a party around and using magnets to change the compass needle, which changes how your party moves. It's a pretty neat concept, and I like it. And then finally, I took a look at the second edition, I guess, of the Escape Room, the game that has you escaping from a dentist office, being a spy, and escaping from an exploding space station. Just fantastic all around. Still one of my favorite series of escape rooms. I also did a boring unboxing. We played Guardian's Call live. We did our top 10 social deduction games and more. You can find all this on our channel, of course. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Week in Review on the Dice Tower.